Praise Self-Talk, written and published by Ngasline. In the symphony of internal dialogues that shape our reality, there exists a transformative frequency, one that doesn't merely whisper encouragement, but fundamentally rewires our neural pathways toward excellence. This isn't the superficial self-praise of daily affirmations, but rather a sophisticated architecture of internal communication that elite performers, visionaries, and history's most extraordinary individuals have instinctively mastered. Like a master programmer rewriting code, strategic self-talk operates at the deepest levels of our psyche, where identity is forged and potential is either unleashed or constrained. The most remarkable aspect of this practice isn't its complexity, but its accessibility. How the deliberate curation of our internal narrative can systematically transform ordinary habits into extraordinary capabilities, rewiring our baseline expectations of what we can achieve. Lesson 1. Your inner voice shapes your outer life. The voice inside your head is perhaps the most influential force in shaping your life's trajectory. Every moment of every day, you engage in an ongoing dialogue with yourself that impacts your decisions, actions, and ultimately, your reality. This inner conversation is more than just random thoughts floating through your consciousness. It's a powerful mechanism that directly influences your brain chemistry, emotional state, and physical responses to the world around you. Recent neuroscientific research has revealed that self-talk activates specific neural pathways in our brains. When you speak to yourself, whether silently or aloud, your brain processes this information in much the same way it would process external conversation. The words you choose trigger corresponding emotional and physiological responses, releasing different neurotransmitters that affect everything from your mood to your immune system. Consider how your body reacts when you tell yourself, "I can't do this." Your shoulders might slump, your breathing might become shallow, and your energy levels might drop. Conversely, when you say, "I've got this," your posture naturally improves, your breathing deepens, and your body releases energizing hormones. This demonstrates the profound connection between your internal dialogue and your physical reality. The science behind self-talk extends beyond immediate physical responses. Your brain's neural networks are constantly being shaped by your thoughts and words. When you repeatedly engage in negative self-talk, you strengthen neural pathways associated with defeat, anxiety, and limitation. However, when you consistently practice positive self-talk, you build and reinforce neural connections associated with confidence, capability, and growth. What makes self-talk particularly powerful is its cumulative effect. Each thought and word choice might seem insignificant in isolation, but over time, they create deeply ingrained patterns that shape your fundamental beliefs about yourself and your capabilities. These beliefs then act as filters through which you interpret and interact with the world. If your self-talk consistently tells you that you're not good enough, your brain will actively seek evidence to support this belief, potentially missing opportunities for growth and success. The impact of negative versus positive self-talk extends far beyond your internal experience. People who engage predominantly in negative self-talk often find themselves trapped in cycles of self-defeating behavior. They might avoid challenges, withdraw from social situations, or sabotage their own success because their inner dialogue has convinced them of their limitations. On the other hand, those who maintain positive self-talk tend to demonstrate greater resilience, take more calculated risks, and maintain healthier relationships. Understanding this connection between thoughts and reality empowers you to take control of your inner dialogue. Your brain is remarkably adaptable, and with conscious effort, you can reshape your self-talk patterns. This doesn't mean adopting toxic positivity or denying real challenges. Instead, it means developing a more balanced, constructive internal dialogue that acknowledges difficulties while maintaining faith in your ability to overcome them. The transformation begins with awareness. Start paying attention to your inner voice, its tone, content, and the situations that trigger particular patterns of self-talk. Notice how different types of internal dialogue affect your emotions, energy levels, and behavior. This observation is the first step toward consciously directing your self-talk in ways that serve your growth and well-being. As you move forward in your journey of self-development, remember that your inner voice is both a reflection of your current self-image and a tool for creating the person you wish to become. By understanding and harnessing the power of self-talk, you can begin to shape your reality in alignment with your highest aspirations. The voice inside your head is always speaking. The question is, what messages are you choosing to tell yourself, and how are these messages shaping the life you're creating? Lesson 2. Words to yourself create your reality. The words we speak to ourselves hold immense power in shaping our reality, and this phenomenon is deeply rooted in both scientific and spiritual principles. The law of attraction, while often misunderstood, operates on a fundamental truth. Our thoughts and words create electromagnetic frequencies that influence our experiences and attract corresponding circumstances into our lives. When you consistently speak words of possibility, growth, and achievement to yourself, you begin programming your subconscious mind to seek out opportunities aligned with these messages. Your subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. It simply responds to the instructions it receives through your internal dialogue. This is why the practice of daily affirmations can be so powerful when done consistently and with genuine emotional investment. Every time you engage in self-talk, you're essentially laying down neural pathways in your brain. These pathways become stronger and more established with repetition, much like wearing a path through a field by walking the same route repeatedly. When you consciously choose to speak words of encouragement, capability, and success to yourself, you're creating new neural networks that support these positive beliefs and expectations. The process of creating your reality through self-talk involves more than just repeating positive phrases. It requires a deep understanding of how to structure your internal dialogue in a way that resonates with your subconscious mind. Your self-talk should be present, tense, positive, and personal. Instead of saying, "I will be successful," say, "I am successful." Rather than focusing on what you want to avoid, focus on what you want to attract. "I am healthy and energetic," rather than "I don't want to be sick." Creating new neural pathways through positive self-talk takes time and dedication. The brain naturally resists change, preferring to follow established patterns of thinking. However, through consistent practice and repetition, you can begin to override old, limiting patterns of self-talk and replace them with empowering ones. This process, known as neuroplasticity, allows your brain to form new connections and adapt to new ways of thinking throughout your life. Daily affirmation practices play a crucial role in this transformation. The key is to establish a routine that allows you to engage with your self-talk consciously and intentionally. This might involve starting your day with mirror work, where you look into your own eyes and speak words of encouragement and belief. It could include writing down your affirmations in a journal, recording them and listening to them during your commute, or incorporating them into your meditation practice. As you work with these principles, it's important to maintain awareness of your self-talk throughout the day, not just during designated practice times. Notice when negative or limiting words creep into your internal dialogue, and consciously choose to redirect them toward more empowering alternatives. This ongoing awareness and adjustment is what ultimately leads to lasting change in your thought patterns and, consequently, your reality. Your subconscious mind is like a fertile garden, and your words are the seeds you plant in it. Every thought you think, every word you speak to yourself is programming your subconscious mind and influencing your future experiences. By consciously choosing words that align with your desired reality, you're essentially planting the seeds for future growth and success. This process requires patience and persistence. Just as a garden doesn't bloom overnight, the reality you're creating through your self-talk takes time to manifest. Trust in the process, maintain consistency in your practice, and stay committed to speaking words that reflect the reality you wish to create. Your mind is always listening, and through conscious, positive self-talk, you have the power to shape your experience of life in profound and meaningful ways. Lesson 3. Self-praise builds unshakable confidence. From an early age, many of us were taught that praising ourselves is a form of vanity or arrogance. This deeply ingrained belief has created an invisible barrier that prevents us from acknowledging our own worth and achievements. The truth is, genuine self-praise is not about inflating our ego or diminishing others. It's about recognizing our inherent value and cultivating a healthy relationship with ourselves. Breaking the modesty barrier begins with understanding that self-praise is not self-delusion. It's about honestly acknowledging our strengths, achievements, and progress while maintaining a balanced perspective. Start by catching yourself when you deflect compliments or minimize your accomplishments. Instead of saying it with nothing or anyone could have done it, practice accepting praise with a simple thank you and internally affirming the recognition. The key to authentic self-praise lies in specificity and honesty. Rather than making broad, generalized statements, focus on particular actions, choices, or qualities you genuinely appreciate about yourself. For example, instead of saying, "I'm great," acknowledge specific instances like "I handled that challenging situation with patience and wisdom," or "I showed real creativity in solving that problem." This specific approach helps build credibility with your inner critic and creates a stronger foundation for lasting confidence. Imposter syndrome, the persistent feeling of being a fraud despite evidence of success, affects many high-achieving individuals. Combating these feelings requires consistent self-praise practices that acknowledge both your efforts and achievements. Start documenting your successes, no matter how small. Keep a victory journal where you record daily wins, positive feedback, and moments of growth. This creates a tangible record that counteracts self-doubt and provides evidence of your capabilities. Building lasting self-esteem through self-praise involves creating a regular practice of self-acknowledgement. Set aside time each day to reflect on your positive qualities and actions. This might feel uncomfortable at first, but like any skill, it becomes more natural with practice. Begin each morning by stating 3 things you appreciate about yourself, and end each day by acknowledging 3 accomplishments, no matter how minor they might seem. Self-praise isn't about comparing yourself to others or seeking external validation. It's about developing an internal compass of self-worth that remains steady, regardless of external circumstances. Practice speaking to yourself as you would to a beloved friend, with kindness, understanding, and genuine appreciation. When you catch yourself in self-criticism, pause and ask, "Would I speak this way to someone I care about?" As your self-praise practice develops, you'll notice a shift in your confidence levels. This isn't the brittle confidence that comes from external validation, but rather an unshakable inner certainty of your worth and capabilities. This deep-rooted confidence enables you to take on new challenges, bounce back from setbacks, and maintain a positive self-image even when facing criticism or failure. The practice of self-praise also has a ripple effect on your relationships and professional life. When you genuinely value yourself, you naturally set healthy boundaries, communicate more assertively, and attract opportunities aligned with your worth. You'll find yourself making decisions from a place of self-trust rather than fear or self-doubt. Creating sustainable self-praise habits requires consistency and patience. Start small and build gradually. Notice the resistance that comes up and acknowledge it without judgment. Every time you choose self-praise over self-criticism, you're rewiring your brain's neural pathways and strengthening your confidence foundation. This journey is about progress, not perfection, and every step forward counts. Through regular self-praise practice, you'll develop an inner resilience that withstands external pressures and challenges. Your confidence will become a natural extension of yourself, awareness rather than a mask you wear. This authentic confidence will serve as a powerful foundation for achieving your goals and living a fulfilling life aligned with your true potential. Lesson 4. Talk success and success follows. Success begins in the mind, and the way we talk to ourselves about success shapes our journey toward achieving it. When we cultivate success-oriented dialogue within ourselves, we create a powerful foundation for turning our aspirations into reality. The human mind is remarkably responsive to the messages we feed it, and by consciously directing our internal conversations toward success, we can significantly influence our outcomes. The first step in developing success-oriented dialogue is understanding that success leaves clues in our thought patterns. Every achievement starts with a thought, a belief, and most importantly, the words we use to describe our capabilities and potential. When we consistently engage in success, focused self-talk, we prime our minds to recognize opportunities, develop creative solutions, and maintain the persistence necessary to overcome obstacles. One of the most powerful ways to implement success-oriented dialogue is through visualization combined with affirming words. Picture yourself achieving your goals while simultaneously describing the scene to yourself in vivid, positive terms. For example, instead of saying, "I hope I can do this," say, "I am confidently moving toward my goal and success is inevitable." This combination of mental imagery and powerful language creates a compelling internal experience that your brain begins to accept as reality. Breaking limiting belief patterns is crucial in establishing success-oriented dialogue. We often carry unconscious beliefs that manifest in our self-talk, such as "I'm not qualified enough" or "success is for other people." These limiting patterns can be transformed by consciously replacing them with empowering alternatives. Each time you catch yourself in a limiting thought pattern, immediately substitute it with a success-affirming statement. This practice, while initially challenging, becomes more natural with consistent application. Success affirmation exercises play a vital role in reinforcing positive self-talk. These aren't mere empty phrases, but powerful tools for programming your mind for achievement. Create personalized success affirmations that resonate with your specific goals and values. Speak them with conviction, feeling the emotion behind each word. "I am capable of extraordinary achievement" becomes more than just words when infused with genuine belief and emotion. The language of success includes not only positive statements, but also solution-focused thinking. When facing challenges, frame your internal dialogue around "how can I?" rather than "why can't I?" This subtle shift in language opens your mind to possibilities rather than limitations. Train yourself to automatically seek solutions in your self-talk, and you'll find your problem-solving abilities naturally expanding. Developing a success mindset through self-talk also involves creating a personal success vocabulary. Choose words that embody confidence, capability, and certainty. Replace "I'll try" with "I will," maybe with "definitely," and if with "when." This intentional choice of words shapes your expectations and, consequently, your actions toward success. Success-oriented dialogue must be consistent with your values and authentic to who you are. Your self-talk should reflect your genuine aspirations while acknowledging your current reality. This balance creates a healthy tension between where you are and where you want to be, motivating constructive action rather than frustration. Practice success visualization daily, combining it with powerful self-talk. See yourself handling challenges with confidence, making progress toward your goals, and embodying the success you desire. Narrate these mental movies to yourself using strong, positive language. This regular practice strengthens your success mindset and makes achievement feel natural and inevitable. The key to making success-oriented dialogue effective is consistency and belief. Your words must align with your actions, and your actions must support your words. This alignment creates a powerful feedback loop where success-oriented thoughts lead to success-oriented behaviors, which in turn reinforce positive self-talk. Through this process, you build an unshakable foundation for achieving your goals and creating the success you envision. Lesson 5. Kind thoughts spark powerful actions. Our thoughts are not merely passive observers of our lives. They are active catalysts that drive our behaviors and shape our actions. The relationship between our internal dialogue and external actions is profound and direct, creating a continuous cycle that influences every aspect of our existence. When we cultivate kind and compassionate thoughts toward ourselves, we naturally inspire more positive and purposeful actions. Consider how your body responds when you tell yourself encouraging words like "I can handle this" or "I am capable." Your shoulders straighten, your breathing deepens, and your entire physiology shifts to match your empowering internal dialogue. This physical response demonstrates the immediate connection between our thoughts and our bodily reactions, which in turn influences our behavior. Developing compassionate self-talk requires conscious effort and practice. Instead of berating yourself for mistakes or shortcomings, approach these moments with understanding and kindness. When you make an error at work, rather than thinking I'm so stupid, shift to I'm learning and growing from this experience. This simple change in internal dialogue transforms potentially paralyzing self-criticism into motivational fuel for improvement. The power of kind thoughts extends beyond immediate actions. When you consistently speak to yourself with compassion, you build resilience and emotional strength. This internal support system enables you to take bigger risks, pursue challenging goals, and maintain persistence in the face of obstacles. Your kind internal voice becomes a trusted advisor, encouraging you to step outside your comfort zone while maintaining a sense of security and self-worth. Action-oriented positive thinking involves more than just pleasant thoughts. It requires specific, practical self-talk that guides behavior. Instead of vague encouragement like I'm good enough, focus on specific actions. I will prepare thoroughly for this presentation. Or I choose to approach this challenge step by step. This specificity creates clear pathways between your thoughts and desired actions. When we transform criticism into motivation, we harness the energy that might otherwise be wasted on self-doubt. Rather than letting critical thoughts derail your progress, use them as stepping stones to improvement. If you notice yourself thinking, I never finish what I start, reshape that thought into I commit to completing this project by breaking it into manageable steps. This redirection of mental energy creates momentum toward positive action. Our daily actions are a direct reflection of our habitual thoughts. By cultivating kind and supportive internal dialogue, we naturally gravitate toward behaviors that serve our highest good. This might manifest as choosing healthy foods, maintaining consistent exercise habits, or pursuing meaningful relationships, all sparked by the foundation of kind self-talk. Understanding this connection between thoughts and actions allows us to consciously design our behavioral patterns. Each kind thought we choose becomes a seed that grows into positive action. When we consistently water these seeds with attention and reinforcement, they develop into strong habits that support our goals and aspirations. The practice of kind self-talk also creates a positive feedback loop. As we think kindly and act positively, we experience success and satisfaction, which in turn reinforces our positive internal dialogue. This cycle builds momentum over time, making it increasingly natural to maintain supportive self-talk and constructive actions. Every moment presents an opportunity to choose thoughts that inspire powerful actions. Each time you catch yourself in negative self-talk, pause, and consciously redirect your internal dialogue toward kindness and productivity. This ongoing practice of mindful thought selection becomes the foundation for sustained positive behavior change and personal growth. Lesson 6. Your mind believes what you tell it. Our minds are remarkably adaptable organs, capable of profound transformation through the power of conscious thought and repetitive messaging. The concept of neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new neural connections throughout life, provides scientific backing to what many successful individuals have known intuitively. We can literally rewire our brains through intentional thought patterns and self-talk. When we understand that our brain doesn't distinguish between what we vividly imagine and what actually happens, we begin to grasp the immense power we hold in shaping our reality through our thoughts. Each time we engage in self-talk, we're either reinforcing existing neural pathways or creating new ones. This process works whether our self-talk is positive or negative, which is why becoming aware of and intentionally directing our inner dialogue is crucial for personal transformation. Think of your mind as a garden and your thoughts as seeds. The thoughts you plant through consistent self-talk will grow and flourish, whether they're weeds of doubt and fear or flowers of confidence and capability. Your brain will work tirelessly to prove your self-talk right, seeking evidence that aligns with your internal dialogue. If you repeatedly tell yourself you're not good enough, your brain will filter your experiences to find proof of this belief. Conversely, when you tell yourself you're capable and worthy, your brain will help you notice opportunities and evidence that support this empowering belief. The process of reprogramming negative thought patterns begins with awareness. Pay attention to your automatic thoughts, those instantaneous reactions to situations and challenges. These thoughts often stem from deeply ingrained beliefs formed during childhood or through past experiences. While you can't prevent these automatic thoughts from arising, you can choose how to respond to them. When you catch yourself in a negative thought pattern, pause and consciously replace it with an empowering alternative. Mental rehearsal techniques provide a powerful tool for establishing new thought patterns. Athletes have long used visualization to improve performance, and the same principle applies to personal development. When you vividly imagine yourself succeeding, handling challenges with grace, or embodying your desired qualities, you create neural pathways that support these outcomes. Combine this visualization with positive self-talk, and you create a powerful force for personal transformation. Creating empowering beliefs requires consistent practice and patience. Your current belief system took years to establish, so expect the process of change to take time. Start by identifying core limiting beliefs that hold you back. These might include thoughts like, "I'm not smart enough," or "I don't deserve success." Challenge these beliefs with evidence from your life that contradicts them, and create new, empowering statements that align with your desired reality. The brain's neuroplasticity means that no belief is permanently fixed. Through conscious effort and repetition, you can establish new neural pathways that support positive self-image and success. This process accelerates when you engage multiple senses in your mental rehearsal. See yourself succeeding, hear the congratulations, feel the satisfaction and pride. The more vivid and emotional your mental imagery, the more powerful its impact on your brain's neural networks. Your mind is always listening to your self-talk, absorbing and acting upon the messages you send it. Choose your words with intention, speak to yourself with compassion, and maintain unwavering faith in your ability to grow and transform. Your mind will believe what you tell it consistently and with conviction, so make every internal conversation count toward creating the extraordinary life you desire. Lesson 7. Today's self-talk builds tomorrow's life. The words you speak to yourself today are the architects of your future reality. Every thought you entertain, every internal dialogue you engage in, shapes not just your present moment, but creates ripples that extend far into your future. Understanding this profound connection between current self-talk and future outcomes is essential for anyone seeking to create lasting positive change in their lives. When you engage in future self-visualization, you're essentially creating a blueprint for your mind to follow. Picture yourself 5 years from now, living your ideal life. What does that version of you say to themselves? How do they carry themselves? What beliefs do they hold? By adopting the self-talk patterns of your idealized future self today, you begin to bridge the gap between who you are and who you want to become. Goal-aligned self-talk serves as a powerful tool for manifestation. Rather than speaking to yourself in terms of what you lack or what you're struggling with, begin framing your internal dialogue around your progress toward your goals. Instead of saying, "I'm not good enough at this yet," shift to, "I'm developing my skills every day." This subtle but significant change in language creates a positive feedback loop that reinforces your progress and maintains your motivation. The beauty of positive feedback loops lies in their self-perpetuating nature. When you consistently engage in empowering self-talk, you begin to notice small improvements in your life. These improvements, in turn, validate your positive internal dialogue, encouraging you to continue and even enhance your supportive self-talk. This creates an upward spiral of growth and achievement that builds momentum over time. Long-term mindset development requires patience and consistent practice. It's about creating sustainable patterns of thinking that will serve you not just today or tomorrow, but for years to come. Think of your mind as a garden. The seeds you plant today through your self-talk will grow into the reality you'll live tomorrow. Every positive thought, every encouraging word you speak to yourself is like water and nutrients for these seeds. Your future self is being created moment by moment through your current patterns of thinking and speaking to yourself. When you catch yourself in negative self-talk, remember that you're not just affecting your current mood. You're potentially limiting your future possibilities. By consciously choosing empowering self-talk, you're laying the groundwork for future success and happiness. Building tomorrow's life requires conscious attention to the present moment. Pay attention to the recurring themes in your self-talk. Are you consistently speaking about growth, possibility, and potential? Or do you find yourself stuck in patterns of doubt and limitation? Your awareness of these patterns is the first step toward consciously crafting the internal dialogue that will shape your future. The relationship between today's self-talk and tomorrow's reality is particularly powerful when it comes to handling challenges and setbacks. By maintaining encouraging and resilient self-talk during difficult times, you're not just helping yourself through the current situation. You're building emotional resilience and problem-solving skills that will serve you in future challenges. Your self-talk is like a time capsule message to your future self. Every supportive thought, every words of self-encouragement, every moment of positive self-reflection becomes part of the foundation upon which your future self will stand. By consciously choosing words that align with your highest aspirations and deepest values, you're actively participating in creating the person you will become. The path between today's thoughts and tomorrow's reality isn't always straight or obvious. Sometimes the connection between your self-talk and your future outcomes may seem distant or unclear. However, just as a river shapes the landscape over time, your consistent patterns of self-talk gradually but inevitably shape the contours of your life's journey. Lesson 8. Positive words attract positive results. Our words carry vibrations that ripple through our lives, affecting not only our own experiences, but also the world around us. When we consistently engage in positive self-talk, we create an energetic field that naturally draws similar frequencies toward us. This phenomenon extends beyond mere coincidence. It's a fundamental principle of human interaction and universal law. The practice of positive self-talk creates a magnetic effect in our daily lives. When we speak to ourselves with encouragement and optimism, we naturally carry ourselves with greater confidence and openness. This shift in our demeanor becomes apparent to others, who unconsciously respond to our elevated energy. People are naturally drawn to those who radiate positivity and self-assurance, creating opportunities for meaningful connections and relationships. This magnetic effect extends into professional spheres as well. Leaders and successful individuals consistently demonstrate that those who maintain positive internal dialogue tend to attract better opportunities. When we believe in our capabilities and express this belief through our thoughts and words, we become more likely to notice and act upon opportunities that align with our goals. Our positive self-talk shapes our perception, allowing us to see possibilities where others might see obstacles. Building supportive relationships becomes natural when we maintain positive self-talk. Our internal dialogue influences how we interact with others, and when we're kind to ourselves, we're better equipped to be kind and supportive to those around us. This creates a reciprocal effect. As we project positivity, we attract people who share similar values and energy levels. These relationships then reinforce our positive mindset, creating an upward spiral of growth and support. Maintaining optimism during challenges becomes easier when we've established a foundation of positive self-talk. Life inevitably presents obstacles, but our internal dialogue determines how we perceive and respond to these situations. By maintaining encouraging self-talk during difficult times, we strengthen our resilience and problem-solving abilities. This positive approach helps us view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable barriers. The ripple effect of positive self-talk extends into our decision-making processes. When we consistently speak to ourselves with encouragement and confidence, we become more likely to make choices that align with our highest good. This includes setting healthy boundaries, pursuing growth opportunities, and maintaining relationships that support our well-being. Our internal dialogue acts as a compass, guiding us toward decisions that reinforce our positive trajectory. Understanding the connection between our words and our results allows us to consciously create more favorable circumstances. By choosing positive self-talk, we train our minds to focus on solutions and possibilities rather than problems and limitations. This shift in focus naturally leads to more productive actions and better outcomes. We begin to notice more opportunities, approach challenges with greater creativity, and maintain the persistence necessary for long-term success. The practice of positive self-talk also creates a buffer against external negativity. When we've established strong positive internal dialogue, we become less susceptible to the negative influences around us. This doesn't mean we become unrealistic or ignore genuine problems. Rather, we develop the ability to process challenges while maintaining a constructive perspective. This emotional resilience becomes invaluable in navigating life's ups and downs while staying true to our positive trajectory. As we continue to engage in positive self-talk, we develop an authentic optimism that becomes part of our character. This isn't about forcing fake positivity or denying real emotions. It's about cultivating a genuine belief in possibilities and our ability to create positive outcomes. This authentic optimism becomes contagious, inspiring others and creating a ripple effect of positive change in our communities and relationships. Positive self-talk thus becomes a powerful tool for creating the life we desire. By consistently choosing words that uplift and encourage, we set in motion a series of positive effects that touch every aspect of our lives. The results we attract become a reflection of our internal dialogue, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy of success and fulfillment. Lesson 9. Change your story, change your life. The stories we tell ourselves shape our identity, influence our decisions, and ultimately determine our destiny. Every person carries a narrative about who they are, what they're capable of, and what life has in store for them. These personal stories aren't just memories or reflections. They're active forces that guide our choices and behaviors in the present moment. Many of us unknowingly carry limiting narratives that were formed during childhood through difficult experiences or from absorbed beliefs of others. These stories might sound like I'm not good enough, success isn't meant for people like me, or I always mess things up. The power of these narratives lies in their subtlety. They often operate below our conscious awareness, yet they direct our actions and reactions throughout each day. To transform your life, you must first recognize and acknowledge these limiting stories. Take time to observe your internal dialogue and identify recurring themes. What stories do you tell yourself about money, relationships, success, or your abilities? Pay attention to the words you use when facing challenges or describing yourself to others. These patterns reveal the underlying narratives that govern your life. Once you've identified these limiting stories, it's time to consciously create new, empowering narratives. This isn't about denial or fake positivity. It's about choosing interpretations that serve your growth and align with your true potential. For example, instead of "I always mess things up," you might reframe it as "I learn and grow from every experience." Rather than "success isn't meant for people like me," adopt the narrative "I create my own success through dedication and persistence." The process of rewriting your story requires consistent practice and patience. Your brain has been running these old programs for years, perhaps decades. Creating new neural pathways takes time and repetition. Start by catching yourself when old stories arise and immediately replace them with your new, chosen narrative. Write down your new story and read it aloud daily. Share it with trusted friends who can support and remind you of your new perspective. Your new narrative should feel both inspiring and believable. While it's important to stretch beyond your current limitations, your story needs to resonate with your authentic self. Find examples that support your new narrative. Times when you've shown resilience, achieved goals, or demonstrated the qualities you're now claiming as part of your identity. These real-life references help anchor your new story in reality. As you maintain these new thought patterns, you'll notice a shift in your behavior and the opportunities you attract. When you believe in your capability to learn and grow, you're more likely to take on challenges. When your story includes being worthy of love and respect, you naturally create healthier boundaries in relationships. Your new narrative becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, creating evidence that further reinforces your empowering beliefs. Changing your story isn't about erasing your past or denying difficulties. Instead, it's about choosing how to interpret and use your experiences. Every challenge can be viewed as either a burden that proves your limitations or a stepping stone that demonstrates your resilience. The choice of perspective lies entirely with you. Your new story should be dynamic and evolving. As you grow and achieve new goals, allow your narrative to expand and incorporate these victories. Celebrate the moments when your actions align with your new story, and use setbacks as opportunities to strengthen your commitment to your chosen narrative. The story you tell yourself today creates the foundation for who you'll become tomorrow. The power to change your life lies in your ability to change the stories you tell yourself. Choose words that empower, interpretations that inspire, and beliefs that align with your highest potential. Your new narrative becomes the compass that guides you toward the extraordinary life you're capable of creating. Lesson 10. Self-love creates miracles daily. Self-love is the foundation upon which all personal transformation is built. When we cultivate genuine self-love, we create an environment where miracles can flourish in our daily lives. This isn't about superficial self-indulgence or narcissism. It's about developing a deep, authentic appreciation for who we are at our core. The journey to unconditional self-acceptance begins with acknowledging that we are worthy of love exactly as we are. Many of us have spent years, perhaps decades, believing we need to achieve certain goals or meet specific standards to deserve love and acceptance. This conditional approach to self-worth creates an endless cycle of striving and disappointment. Instead, we must learn to embrace ourselves fully, including our perceived flaws and imperfections. Developing a practice of daily self-love starts with small, intentional actions. Each morning, look in the mirror and speak words of appreciation to yourself. Acknowledge your strengths, celebrate your unique qualities, and express gratitude for your body, mind, and spirit. This might feel uncomfortable or even silly at first, but consistency will transform these moments into powerful acts of self-affirmation. Throughout the day, create opportunities to honor yourself through mindful choices. This might mean taking breaks when you need them, nourishing your body with healthy foods, or setting boundaries in relationships. Each time you choose to prioritize your well-being, you reinforce the message that you are deserving of care and respect. Celebrating personal growth is another crucial aspect of self-love. Rather than focusing solely on end goals, learn to appreciate the small steps and subtle changes that occur along your journey. Did you handle a difficult situation with more grace than usual? Did you speak up for yourself when you would typically stay silent? These moments deserve recognition and celebration. Creating sustainable change requires patience and persistence. There will be days when self-love feels challenging or when old patterns of self-criticism resurface. During these times, treat yourself with the same compassion you would offer a dear friend. Self-love is not a destination, but a continuous practice that deepens over time. Miracles begin to manifest when we maintain consistent self-love practices. These miracles might appear as improved relationships, unexpected opportunities, or a newfound sense of peace and contentment. When we truly love ourselves, we naturally attract experiences and people that align with our highest good. Self-love also enables us to release what no longer serves us. As we strengthen our relationship with ourselves, we become more attuned to our authentic needs and desires. This clarity makes it easier to let go of toxic relationships, limiting beliefs, and situations that drain our energy. One powerful way to cultivate self-love is through daily rituals of appreciation. Each evening, take time to acknowledge 3 things you love about yourself or 3 ways you honored your well-being during the day. This practice helps shift your focus from perceived shortcomings to your inherent worth and positive qualities. Self-love creates a ripple effect that extends far beyond your personal experience. When you demonstrate genuine self-love, you give others permission to do the same. Your example can inspire those around you to develop healthier relationships with themselves, creating a positive cycle of transformation. The practice of self-love is perhaps the most powerful tool we have for creating extraordinary lives. By consistently choosing to love and accept ourselves unconditionally, we open the door to infinite possibilities and daily miracles. This is not just positive thinking. It's a fundamental shift in how we relate to ourselves and, consequently, how we experience the world around us.